Plate Society. We haven't been active for the past 8 months, I think.
8 months, yeah. Oof.
You know, life gets in the way. You got other things to worry about. But we're back and
Ready to rock and roll.
Working on this Datsun again.
Today we got a small tune-up to the car. We got spark plug, the rotor cap, and the actual rotor that's inside the distributor. And what else we got? We got an oil change and a fuel filter change.
Yeah.
Right now we got it up on ramps, and we will be starting with the spark plug and distributor cap.
So while we're doing all the tune-up, we got the battery charging just to make sure that once we're done, the car will start up again. We also noticed that there's an injector leak that we'll probably have to fix.
So we'll try to get this tune-up pretty much done as soon as we can, because the donor car actually has a fuel rail that looks pretty brand new. So we'll try to see if we can swap those out, and we'll make a video out of that as well. Yep. So let's get to it.
The first thing we're gonna do is the spark plugs. We got our wires, our spark plugs, we got distributor cap and rotor. These are the tools we're gonna need for this. It's a torque wrench, a wrench. We're gonna test out the spark plugs. We have a 13/16 socket and the calibrator for the spark plugs. We also have the little anti-seize thing to put it on, the thread. We're gonna calibrate the spark plug. The air gap is supposed to be between 0.039 and 0.043. So we're gonna set it pretty much in the middle at 0.041.
It's too tight, so we're gonna have to open it up. And the way you open it up is this little gap right here, and you push up a little bit and it'll open up the gap. And you can see now I'm going a little bit further, but it's a little bit past that, so we're gonna try to tap it down and close it up. And now we're right there at 4.041. Now we'll have to do that to the rest of them.
So we'll just do that to all of them and go ahead and start taking them off.
So now that we got all the spark plugs out, we're gonna have to put in the newer ones that came from the donor. And before we do that, we gotta put anti-seize on them, so they won't seize up in there whenever we try to take them out again. And to torque it down, we have it to about 14 foot-pounds. The reason why we know all these specs is we downloaded the manual for this car online, and in that manual comes all the specs to it. So let me go get the anti-seize, and we'll just put them all in. Right now we're going to take off the distributor cap and the wires that go onto it and the rotor that's underneath. So with the distributor cap and the rotor being all taken off, we're going to have to make sure that we put in each wire back into place. So on the rotor cap, you'll see that there's a number 1 marked on it. And if we go off of the manual that we got from online, the one next to 1 should be 4, next to that should be 2, next to that should be 6, next to that should be 3, and the other one should be 5, making a complete circle. The distributor cap goes right here, and the rotor does as well. And the firing order on the engine is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we just changed out the lines and the fuel filter, and now we got to change out the oil filter. And we'll change it with a STP, and we'll do the oil change. Distributor cap is changed out, and rotor is 2. And now all we got to do is that oil change. Okay guys, so we changed out the spark plug, the distributor, the rotor in it, the wires, and the oil filter, the fuel filter, and all the spark plugs. So now all we're gonna do, we're gonna turn it on and just get it off the ramps right now, and then we'll call it a day. Call that a video. All right then.
Alright guys, so we got everything done. I even had to change out this fuel regulator because this one was just letting fuel go through constantly. But anyways, we did that and we still have a misfire. I'll show you how it runs. We're gonna check a spark on each spark plug. After that, we're gonna check injector, make sure all the injectors are getting the current they need. And if we check all that and there's still a misfire, we're gonna have to check compression on each cylinder. But we'll have to see that in the next video.